I started getting tattoos on my anniversary of my alive day. Every year I get a tattoo. Those tattoos have all been extremely significant. I have a tattoo from my hip about halfway down my calf, and it's just a sound wave of my actual story of what happened. And every time someone sees it, they always ask, like, what is that? And so, like, I get to talk about it.
I've been tattooing for 11 years now. My wife was a 15 Papa, and I was a door gunner. I know the crew chief life, and I know the long hours, the long flights. I started giving tattoos because it was a way for me to give back to other wounded veterans like myself. I know you said you wasn't sure about exactly what you wanted, but you sent me over some designs, your art pieces. So I took your art piece and I just designed something around that.
I really appreciate how you put the door gunner in the middle of the eye, because it kind of reflects how a lot of those images kind of burnt in my retina. As a crew chief in the Chinook, our whole mission set is moving cargo. That's actually what we were doing the night that my incident occurred. We were flying in there for about a week straight, and that night, we've been taking fire all week. We got to where we were supposed to be landing, and we had to lose some altitude, so we started doing traffic circles. You know, they lobbed a nice little RPG, a rocket-propelled grenade at us, went right through the belly of the aircraft. It kind of got lodged up in the engine, and which ignited the fuel in the gator, which caused the rest of the aircraft to catch. I got knocked out the back and just kind of hung by my monkey tail.
Thank God for the monkey tail.
Yeah, I mean, it saved my life. You know, I really shouldn't be here. None of us should.
You're meant to be here. You're here for a purpose. And that purpose is to lead like you've always been doing. You know, other people need to hear your story.
I appreciate you, having this safe place for me, and for others.
I actually do it for my own PTSD, my own anxieties, my own depressions, because it's a form of art therapy for me. And being able to do this with other veterans, create that peer-to-peer that we've been missing when we get out. I've seen a lot of different things, and some of those things actually led up to me needing mental help. I used to wonder, like, how did you try to take your own life? How did you try to do that? Because, life is precious. Until it came to me, and then I decided, I tried it. Because I felt like I was less than, okay?
Yeah.
I wasn't who I used to be. I wasn't as strong or as fast. Long story short, my service dog found me in the bathroom, and he alerted my wife, and I woke up in the hospital. And that's why I wear the bracelets that I wear on my wrist, the beads, because my son, he was only 4. He was like, Dad, this is for you and your protection, so you don't do it again.
The military is really good, I think, at making people feel like they are a part of the machine and they're important. They're not the best at reminding us that it's okay to take time to step back and take care of yourself. I wish that they were better about that whole message. I'm so glad that your dog found you, man. I feel like when I got back, all my neurological stuff started piling up. Spent a lot of time feeling like the shell of who I was. I was losing everything. I could see how you got there. Like, you had your son after the fact. I had my son every day. That worry of how that would affect him made me seek help when I did, before I did anything.
Now I'm just trying to tell people, like, it's okay if you're a little broken, okay? It's okay. Nobody's perfect, and that's what I'm telling you. If you need help, you want to talk, we'll call my phone whenever you want. We're a band of brothers and sisters, and we look out for each other.
I really appreciate that, man. So you say you find the tattooing to be therapeutic. What is it going on for you that helps you?
It's relaxing, as well as it gives me a sense of purpose, because I'm literally putting something permanent on somebody's body, and they're allowing me to, they're trusting me to. This is like art therapy for me, and I just appreciate all of it.
That's so good that you found that, Someone will try one type of therapy and it just doesn't work for them, and then they give up thinking therapy doesn't, but there's so many different types. And I think it's really awesome that you found the one that works for you.
Every trauma is different. Every person is different. No one's going to have the same experience with the same trauma. You could have one trauma and I could have the exact same trauma and take it a different way. Everybody has to have a therapy tailored to them and their life and what they've been through. It's not a cure-all, it's not a fix-all for it. And people need to understand that. There's more to it than just that.
I think anyone with tattoos, or at least with multiple tattoos that are highly visible, would say they've had some moment where they felt judged or they see someone just kind of looking at them funny. I wish that people could see it as a form of expression, as a conversation, as, you know, sometimes some things I have to say aren't meant to be said out loud, but they still need to get out. It's just a way to express things you've been through. You know, I think the longer you wear the tattoo, the easier it is to talk about. I think it's pretty awesome, the connections that can be made when you reach out for the help that you need. The military world is such a small place. To find out, like, a lot of them, we have similar stories from similar periods of time and similar locations. Like meeting someone I already knew.
So now you got more family, so if you ever need to reach out, you know how to contact me. Your tattoo is finished, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate it too. Thank you so much for everything.
See his tattoo.
That is definitely a piece I'm gonna be proud to wear. Thank you so much.
Thank you for trusting me. I appreciate you.
I was pretty excited for the opportunity to be tattooed by a fellow veteran. I really wanted something that commemorated what I did in the military, something that kind of spoke more to my personal journey. When I look at this, I'm gonna think about all the obstacles that I've had to overcome to get where I am. I think sometimes looking back can be overwhelming and you stay focused on the negative, but when I look at this, I see all the hope for others and that their journey doesn't have to end in the trauma, but that as long as we keep moving forward, life will continue to get better.